Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to kick off this session on innovation to impact with a special look at incubators. So just first off, I have no conflicts of interest to disclose. This audience is particularly aware of the state of heart failure and cardiovascular disease across Canada and globally and its implications on the patients and our healthcare system. In order to reduce the toll of cardiovascular disease and prevent, manage, and treat its devastating consequences, many Canadian institutions, including the Ted Rogers Centre for Heart Research, are leading the effort of using innovative, basic applied and clinical research to help provide new diagnoses, treatments, and tools. However, many of these innovations never reach the clinic and never have the chance to impact patients. These potentially life-changing advances become stuck and languish in the gap between the research labs where they're first developed and the stage where they're commercialized and implemented into clinical practice. This translational gap, commonly referred to as the valley of death, is where many promising discoveries meet their demise. And there are many factors that contribute to this translational gap, and the key culprits being insufficient access to funding, expertise, and specialized support that's required to help innovators move along the multi-step tech transfer process and commercialization pathway. And all this highlights the need for strategies to help innovators cross the valley of death and mitigate the challenges associated with medical research commercialization. So in response to this challenge, an increasing number of accelerators and incubators have been launched to bridge this translational gap. Here at the University of Toronto and the Ted Rogers Centre, our innovators have access to a rich entrepreneurship support system, including tech transfer and commercialization offices, providing support and guidance to researchers at their respective institutions, along with campus-like accelerators and entrepreneurship support programs, all offering a wide range of unique resources for aspiring innovators. Amongst these support programs is Entrepreneurship for Cardiovascular Health Opportunities, or the ECHO program. So in 2018, at the Ted Rogers Center's Translational Biology and Engineering program, in partnership with the Health Innovation Hub at University of Toronto Accelerator, we designed and launched the ECHO program, a national entrepreneurship training and mentorship program to help bridge the translational gap specifically for cardiovascular innovations. And we're doing this by first providing entrepreneurship education and a customized and comprehensive training program to help build knowledge, expertise, and productive teams. We're providing mentorship to our vast network of multi-sectoral advisors, subject matter experts, and key opinion leaders to build the capacity, capability required to successfully run and lead cardiovascular ventures. By facilitating strategic collaborations and partnerships, which will enable our ventures to harness the strengths and abilities of others from different corners of the ecosystem in order to solve complex challenges and increase innovation success. And lastly, by providing financial support, and this is to help further de-risk promising technologies, opening the door to external funding and future investments. So ECHO is a 12-month virtual program. It's comprised of a unique combination of 5 complementary modules, and they are led, as I mentioned, by a vast network of veteran entrepreneurs and consultants across a variety of sectors. Briefly, we run our first module, Principles of Entrepreneurship, in the fall. This is followed by our second and third modules, Health Venture Rounds and Lessons from Leaders. Throughout our 12 months, the trainees are expected to participate in our fourth module, or Community of Mentors. And our final module, which is Ignite Funding, represents the last 3 months of our program. And I'll briefly go over the content and format of these modules in the coming slides. So our first module, Principles of Entrepreneurship, it includes the Mars Entrepreneurs Toolkit workshops, which have been customized for our program. These are a collection of 9 experiential workshops facilitated by veteran entrepreneurs, and they're targeting fundamental entrepreneurship principles such as value proposition statement, business model, finance fundamentals, marketing and communication, as well as pitching to investors. Our second module, Health Venture Rounds, is comprised of 15 interactive workshops, and they're focused on subjects that are pivotal to the success of early stage health ventures, and they're led by academic, industry, and government subject matter experts. Our workshop themes include market research resources, legal aid with a focus on corporate finance and governance with patents and intellectual property, technology transfer and how to get started. We also have a series of workshops on safety and compliance with sessions on regulatory requirements, clinical trial planning, quality management systems, as well as usability engineering. We have a couple of sessions on reimbursement and procurement, and we finished this module with a few workshops on funding, investments, and partnerships. Our third module, or Lessons from Leaders, includes a webinar series where successful entrepreneurs and business leaders share their experiences in commercializing technologies in the health sector. And as you can see here, we've had representatives from various medical device and biotechnology companies, as well as cutting-edge innovations sharing their journey with us over the past 3 years. So through our fourth module, or Committee of Mentors, our ventures become clients of the Health Innovation Hub, a U of T Accelerator, with a mission to educate, enable, partner, and facilitate early-stage entrepreneurs on the commercialization of health matters. H2I has a great track record in supporting health entrepreneurs, and a key contributor to their significant achievement is their extensive network of 100 advisors who just this past year have shared over 1,600 mentorship hours with the H2I companies. So through enrollment into H2I, our ventures will have access to this rich network, along with many other essential resources they offer, which are listed here. As part of the fourth module, in partnership with H2I, we also offer ECHO Accelerator sessions, and these are roundtable discussion focused on topics that are central to issues and challenges that are faced by early stage startups. And specifically, we hold 3 sessions focused on networking and collaboration, business model, and external funding and commercialization milestones. So the fifth and final module of our program focuses on preparing the ventures for ECHO Pitch, our final pitch competition, where they'll have the opportunity to win up to $250,000 in Ignite funds. The module starts with a first round pitch, where an expert judging panel will select the top 5 teams who will be participating in our final event. The selected teams will then receive one-on-one mentorship on their go-to-market strategy, as well as pitch training and speaker coaching. They'll submit a grant proposal outlining their research and commercialization plan. And lastly, they'll present this plan at the final pitch competition. And over the past 3 years and through 3 pitch events, we have funded 4 ECHO ventures. At ECHO's inaugural pitch competition, Paradox Immunotherapeutics, a UHN startup, received the Ignite funds for their immunotherapy approach to cardiac amyloidosis. In 2020, 2 teams shared this funding. The first group was Arterial Solutions, and they're a startup for St. Michael's Hospital, developing a new blood test to diagnose peripheral arterial disease. And the second group was Biosense Techs, and this is a UHN venture developing home-based non-invasive monitoring devices for heart failure patients using smart textiles. This past October, our 3rd ECHO cohort competed, and a University of Toronto startup, Metabolic, went on to win the competition. And they're developing a defined medium formulation that advances stem cell-derived cardiomyocyte functional maturity beyond any existing solution. And you'll be learning more about Paradox and Arterial Solutions in the coming talks. So before I wrap up, I'd like to acknowledge the incredible support that we have received over the past 3 years from an exceptional network of mentors and advisors from various organizations who are truly the backbone of ECHO. These include scientists, clinicians, and tech transfer offices within the University of Toronto and hospital ecosystem, entrepreneurship organizations, government programs, investors, regulatory, clinical, and legal consulting firms, and the medical device and biotechnology industry. We are sincerely grateful for their significant contribution, which has allowed us to successfully run ECHO. Specifically, over these past 3 years, we have enrolled 27 ventures within the program from the cardiovascular space with 54 team members who've actively participated in the program. We've held approximately 100 workshops and webinars, which were led by our elite network of mentors, and have so far granted up to $750,000 in funds to support 4 startups. And this past October, an additional 10 cardiovascular startups with 24 team members were enrolled into the program. And we're very much looking forward to working with this group and providing them with necessary mentorship training and networking and funding opportunities to help them succeed. So looking ahead at ECHO, we will continue to expand our network of mentors and optimize our training program in order to help build knowledge, expertise, and capacity within our teams, bridge the translational gap for cardiovascular innovations across Canada, and accelerate the translation of life-changing treatments, diagnostic tools, and technologies from the bench to the bedside. Thank you very much for your attention.